When it comes to building a premium offer, a signature coaching offer, you've probably already heard the episode where I talk about my 7 P's of building out that premium offer. And today I want to talk to you about one of the P's, price, the one that probably gives you the most nightmares, because price conjures up all these feelings of, am I worthy? Is it valuable? Will they think I'm worth it? And price is the element of building an offer that really gets us in our own heads. And so what I want to do in this episode is just go through some of the reasons why you're getting price objections, in a hope that when you hear these reasons, it'll hold the mirror up. You will notice and resonate that some of these are affecting you. And because I raise that awareness in you, you will be able to fix them. Okay. So the first thing I want to talk to is, maybe you're getting so stuck in the problem in your content that when your audience see your content, you're kind of forcing them more into a mindset of, the problem is so big, the problem is so ugly, I can't possibly fix that, it's too hard. So you could be leaning so far into the problem that you're actually disempowering the investment decision. Now, how will you know that you're doing that? It will likely be that you're getting objections that sound like, oh, I don't really know if it's the right time, or, oh, I need to speak to my partner. I'm not sure that, this is right for me. And it will sound like there's more than meets the eye to what they're saying. Yeah. So like, you hear the words, but listen to the tone of voice. If it sounds like there's a lot of doubt and a lot of delay and a lot of uncertainty, then it's often because they're too busy thinking about what's wrong to imagine what it looks like when it goes right. Yeah. And so what you would need to do is, yes, you've got to refer to the problem. You have to refer to the problem in your content, but refer to it in a way that makes it temporary. So phrases like, it doesn't have to be this way, or you have two choices, stay where you are or move forward. Yeah. So don't put people into a place of even more stuckness. Instead, speak about the problem like it's temporary. Okay. The next thing, which could be a reason that you may be getting price objections that you don't want to have to, tackle, much better to avoid objections than have to handle them, is that you're not articulating the value. And you maybe think that you are, but maybe you are underplaying the results. Maybe you're not speaking powerfully enough into the transformation. And often what I find when people are doing that, it's because you've got a little bit of doubt around, what if they don't get the result? What if they're the one person that doesn't take full action and they come to me at the end for a refund, or they say that my program was crap, or they say it wasn't what you promised me it would be? So there's a little bit of doubt in you around making a promise around the transformation. And because of that bit of doubt, when you articulate the value, even though you think you're doing it in the most powerful way, you're actually not. Yeah. So I want you to maybe watch some of your own videos back, or read through your content through the lens of your ideal client, and really feel the certainty. If it's anything less than 80% certain that that result is coming at the end of the program, then it's not certain enough. Remember, people always buy certainty. They want sureness. They want to hear your steadiness. They want to hear your reliability in the promise that you're making. They don't want to hear doubt, and they don't want to feel a sense of, she's not entirely sure. She's dancing around the promise. She's not saying, come and join this and you will get this, have this, be this, do this. She's not certain. And what that does is it gives them doubt. Okay. Remember, your cost, the investment of your offer has got to feel lower than the risk, or lower than the fear. Lower than a sense of staying where they are. So if staying where they are feels, I don't know, a 6 out of 10, your offer price, your investment has got to feel less risky, because it can't feel more risky. And so it's your certainty that reduces the risk. And so then you make it feel like it's a no-brainer that they have to say yes because they can't risk staying in one place. So they'd rather risk investing than risk staying where they are. Yeah, does that make sense? So it's a little bit of psychology to get your head around, but just maybe watch your videos back, read your content through, go and audit your own feed and put yourself in their shoes and ask yourself, if I read this, would I feel certainty through it? Would I perceive that the risk was more on me investing or more on me staying stuck? Okay, so that's another thing for you to think about. Another thing is that maybe you're just not sharing enough of why somebody needs your offer. Maybe you're not speaking to the timing, the season. You're not speaking to their mindset. Maybe you're not painting enough pictures of where they are right now versus where they want to be, and creating enough desire and demand for where they want to go. Yeah, so like you may have heard me talk in previous episodes about desire is good. We want our audience to desire our offer, but desire is about wanting something. Demand is about needing it. Demand is where it's like inconceivable that we won't have that. Yeah, demand is where something becomes urgent and important. So you might be driving desire, you might be conjuring up that sense of, oh, that would be nice. That would be a good cherry on the cake. But it doesn't feel like, oh my God, I need it and I need it now. Yeah, so there's a difference. And I want you to, again, when you're auditing through your own content, when you're looking at your sales page, I want you to be thinking about, am I raising desire and nice to have? Or am I creating a sense of need, a sense of must, a sense of urgency? Okay. Next point I've got for you. Obviously, I've got some cheeky little notes in front of me so I don't go straying off on a tangent and keep you here for an hour. Next point is you're not getting deep enough into the pain and what the impact of that pain is. So it might be that you speak to the short-term version of the pain, but you miss out the long-term version. So yes, the pain is causing symptoms. It's causing something going on for them right now. But what would that look like 3 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now? Yeah. Or think about the ripple effect of, you're talking about maybe how the pain affects them, but could you be talking more about how the pain affects their loved ones, their friends, their family, their business, their income? Think about the ripple effect, not just the immediate short term here and now, not just for them, but for people around them and for the long term as well. Okay. Another reason for you why you may be getting price objections is that you aren't sharing objection handling content. And what that could look like is return on investment posts. So it could be where you share a client's story and you talk about the way that an objection might come up would be that they would say, well, it's not that important and I could probably struggle on my own for another 3 months. And so in your objection handling content, you would say, my client came to me thinking that she could probably struggle on for another 3 months. But it was only once we started talking about XYZ that she realized that she absolutely needed to move on this right now because she could not risk staying where she was for a single other second. Okay. So it may just be that you're not handling price objections in your content. So cost justification, ROI stories, client wins, and then creating that contrast between where they are right now and where they want to be, and how likely it is that they will get there with and without your offer. Okay. And then the final one is maybe those price objections are coming because you're not pre-qualifying. So it might be, if the objections are coming on sales calls, that you could ask tighter questions on your pre-call questions. It could be that you need to share the price before the call. It could be, if you're closing in the DMs, that you need to ask more questions and that you need to, I call it burning hoop questions. I want somebody, if they're going to come into my closest proximity offer, they're going to work really closely with me, then I want them to jump through a few burning hoops before they get there. Because it doesn't look good or feel good for me to have somebody join a space like that and not be fully committed to getting the result, not be fully committed to showing up. Yeah. So it might be that You're not pre-qualifying. You're not sharing the price. You're not asking tight enough questions. You're not getting a view of how committed they are before you close the sale. I always say, if I cannot ask them on a call or in the DMs, how committed are you? Scale of 1 to 10. If their answer is less than 8, I'd rather not even invite them into the program, because anything less than an 8, and to be honest, they're probably not going to buy anyway. If it's more than an 8, the commitment is there, the readiness is there, the certainty is there. And so your job at closing the sale becomes super easy. Okay. So all in all, I've just given you 6 reasons why you may be getting price objections right now, and given you a little steer on what you could be doing differently to either avoid those objections, which is obviously priority number 1, is make sure that they don't come up in the first place, but also when they do come up, how you could overcome them. Okay. I'm here for any questions that you've got. As always, you're invited to DM me over on Instagram. Please do share this episode with any woman you know in business who's getting price objections, so that she can learn these little tools, learn these little tips, so that she can avoid them and make more money as well. Okay? Because we all want to become sales queens together. So share the love, and I will see you in next week's episode.